Welcome. Today we are going to do a tour of our Cybertruck. My Overlanding Cybertruck is full of goodies and I'm going to show them all to you today. This video is sponsored by Joa. Joa makes a lot of aftermarket products for Tesla, and particularly in this occasion we're going to talk about these three boxes that are here. These three storage boxes are 30 liters in capacity. Thank you, Joa, for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get started with the tour. Since we picked up the Cybertruck, we have been modifying it for overlanding, car camping, adventure travel, all those things, and this is how we did it. The first thing that we did was to change the tires on the Cybertruck. After 3 days only of ownership, we changed the original tires for off-road tires. These are BF Goodrich KO3s. These KO3s are made for off-roading. They are rated for snow and they are 10-ply equivalent. We can also air them down so that when we are off-road in a trail of dirt, mud, snow, or sand, we get better traction. Another thing that we did to the Cybertruck is that we added this adventure rack. It's made by a company called Urander, and it allows us to have a flat surface on the top of the truck so that we can mount accessories like you can see here. We have some water tanks on the side, we have an awning here, and we have a rooftop tent. We also have lights around the truck that I installed. We also have these running boards that are here that allow me to step up and reach things on top of the truck, as well as making it easier to get inside the truck when the height is high. We have a Starlink dish, high performance dish on the top of the rack that allows us to stay connected whenever we are on a remote location. And also, because I'm creating content and publishing content sometimes while I'm on the road, it allows me to have a connection. I also make some side work with technology stuff, and this keeps me connected no matter where I am, and I don't have to use a VPN while I'm using my own Starlink. So this is like one of the most important parts of the setup that I have right now at the moment. If we keep going here, there's not much to show here, but inside the front trunk is where we keep our clothing, mostly. Sometimes we put other stuff in it, but we try to keep it clean and not put stuff in here that is dirty so that we can always keep our clothes secure. I have been decorating the front trunk with stickers of everything that is meaningful, every place that we visit, or every person that is meaningful to our journey. We basically put a sticker on it to showcase it on the truck. If you come with me on this side, then you can see other stuff that I have on this side of the rack. We have recovery boards that are used for traction, either for me or someone else that gets stuck. And then if I show you inside the Cybertruck here, we have our fridge. Our fridge is powered by a 12-volt portable battery that we have in there. Now let's go to the back of the truck and show you some of the things that we have in here. On the back of the truck here, we have our kitchen. This is a prototype. This was hand built by our friend Jimmy and Kyle, and I helped them a little bit. But the Fruble is the brand. They make full camper kitchen setups for the Model Y, and they're working on a version for the Cybertruck. And this is the prototype. We built this to understand what is needed on the Cybertruck. By the time that the Fruble setup is done for the Cybertruck, it may end up being a full platform that allows you to also sleep on top of it. For now, it only reaches up to this end. But I'm gonna show you what we have here. So on this side, this is an empty box right now. This is our pantry. This is where we keep our dry food and a little pizza oven that we carry and a panini toaster. So this is that part of the camper kitchen setup that we call the pantry. And then on this side here, this is our stove and other items that we keep here for cooking, like knives and dishwasher, biodegradable, wilderness friendly soap, things to wash our dishes. We have a little plastic cover for the stove, so that we don't scratch our induction burners here. So you can actually place your cookware on top of this, and it doesn't slide because this is kind of rubber, and also keeps it from scratching a lot. I basically power the stove, connecting it here to the outlets on the truck, but you haven't seen any of the utensils and the things that we use for cooking. And the reason for that is because I am using the Jowa 30-liter storage boxes for that. So for example, on this side here, I have our cookware, pots and pans are here, as well as our water pump that is connected to our water tanks that are on the bed back there. If I remove this lid up here, there's a little sink, I want to call it. It's really a bucket. It's a like collapsible bucket that happens to fit exactly on the top here. So if I wanted to show you that, it would be as easy as removing some of the stuff that I have here and making some space for the bucket, also known as the sink of the kitchen. There's a little bit of tea here that we have. And if I remove this lid from up here right now, okay, you can see that I can push down on the little bucket and it becomes a place where we can like clean our dishes and stuff like that. I can put the water pump up top of the other box and pump water into it while we're cleaning. So that's like the very high level, quick demonstration of how we have our sink stuff. I can also pull that out. I don't need to do it all the way in there so far from me. So I can pull it out here, put it next to here. These boxes are not bolted down. They're really loose, but they fit exactly the width of the bed, so they don't move around. And I did some custom brackets here with some rails, metal rails that I found, that I'm using them to keep them from sliding when we're driving. So let me close this here and put everything back inside so I can show you the rest of the stuff. And as you can see, it's like very simple. For whatever reason, everything here seems like it was made to be here. This is just normal size kitchen stuff that is built for like camping kitchens, and I happen to use these boxes for that. Now this is just one of the 3 boxes. The other box here, I have our basically our plates, bowls, cups, and a coffee maker, as well as our silverware that is not silver, it's plastic, but it's plasticware. So forks, knives, spatula, knives, everything that we need that we can clean and reuse, and we don't really use like plastic throwaway utensils. So that goes there. And then on the 3rd box here, I just have, at this moment, I have some tools here that I tend to use frequently. If I need access to them, I just put them here. I also have another portable battery here and some other goodies from Jowa that are in there. But that is the extent of how I am using these 3 Jowa container boxes. And inside the bed of the truck, if I remove this here, and you may see a little bit of dirt coming here. We haven't prepped the car for the video. This is just the way that we arrived from our last trip, which was in Texas Starbase, watching a SpaceX rocket launch. But if I pull this to the side and go in here to the back of the truck, I can show you that we have a bunch of stuff inside the truck. We have a sleeping bag that fits 2. We have water tanks. This one, the blue one, is 7 gallons, and the one on this side is 3 gallons. We have a full spare tire. We have our tent's ladder, as well as this little green thing we call the giant avocado, which is just a privacy tent. So when you need to do your business around people, it's basically a privacy tent. And then those green bags are camping chairs. On the mole panels right now, I have my Starlink router and power supply. And then there's some additional wiring here that's running inside the rack here. As you can see, this is how I routed my wires for the floodlights that are sitting around the truck. Another really cool thing here is our rooftop tent. So this is where we sleep when we're in a forest, a desert, the beach, and the weather allows it. Sometimes you can't really sleep on the tent for different reasons. It could be that you're not prepared, a sudden weather change. and we just get inside the cabin. But for now, I'm gonna show you what the tent looks like. So it's really easy to open the tent. It's 4 clips, 2 on the back and 1 on each side. This tent is made by a company called Inspired Overland. So I'm actually just gonna climb over the truck here, as I do when I'm on the road, and unclip this one. And now the tent is ready to be opened. And to open the tent, all I need to do once those 4 clips are opened is just push it up, and voila, that's it. Our rooftop tent is now open. This tent has many different features. It has an air mattress, and I'm showing you now some pieces of a video that I did, a tour of this tent. So you can see that it has an awning that we put up, so we can have like a little bit of sun cover, as well as a little window on the top, and then on the sides it's open. It's just like a regular tent where you can make it really tight, or you can open the sides to let the air flow through the tent. Now, once we are inside the tent, we have options of either cooling or heating the inside of the tent. If we had one of those heaters with the air duct, this is the opening for it. So you can just run an air duct inside the tent to either cool it or heat it. We don't have a heater. We don't have like a diesel heater like most people use, or a way to bring the AC inside the tent, but we haven't needed it, and we have been in really hot weather environments as well as in really cold environments. When it's cold, we basically just close it up and sleep inside the sleeping bag. That's pretty much it. And it's comfortable enough for 2 people. Now, another thing that we have here is the awning. So the awning, just right now, this is an awning that I purchased through Amazon, and I'm leaving the link on the description of the video as well. But we have an awning that we're going to install that is from Urander, the company that makes the rack. But this rack, along with this awning, are going away because this is a prototype rack. It looks very similar to the final production one, but we are actually replacing it with the new production version. This prototype is going to one of our lucky viewers. I'm going to give it away. So if you are a paid member on X or Patreon, or one of my YouTube members that are paid, you're automatically entered to win this once we do the giveaway. So this is going away, like I said, and I'm going to show you after we install the new rack with the new awning. I'm going to show you that. But this awning basically pulls out 8 feet long, and it gives us cover from the sun, from the rain, and allows us to have almost a private place to sit down and eat, read a book, do whatever we are doing when we're camping. Inside the truck, we haven't really made many modifications. Pretty much the truck is in its stock form. Nothing really has changed inside the truck. And we have been using it like that since the month of March, when we picked up the truck. We took delivery on March 4th. Today is January 25th, one day before my birthday. And right now the truck is sitting at 58,000 miles of pure joy and travel adventure. So when we sleep inside the cabin, and you can stay here on this side, I'm gonna go to the other side real quick. Basically what we do is that we recline the seats. And although it's not the ideal scenario, we basically can move the seats either forward or back, or recline them like this. And when you recline them completely, it gives you a semi-comfortable place to sleep. I mean, these seats are big, and we can just adjust them as we need. And but this is mostly for like emergency only. It's not our preferred way of sleeping. If I am by myself, like sometimes Nancy's traveling or she stays home and I'm doing a travel adventure, I can go to the back of the truck in the second row of the cabin, and I can actually put something else on the passenger side, and I can use my fridge along with some other stuff that I can put to have a flat surface, and then I can sleep on that but that's not usually how we do it. We usually sleep on the top rooftop tent. And now I'm going to answer some of the questions that you, our viewers, left for us. So let's go to the back of the truck and answer those questions now. Let's start with the mole panels. I know that there's a plane. I know I can isolate my voice in post, but let's just keep going. So the first question was about the mole panels. The mole panels that I have are the original mole panels that Tesla sells. And right now I'm only using them for, like I showed you earlier, for the Starlink router and power supply that are back there. I have them strapped with Velcros, but you can use any type of mole panel strap, and you can put like sometimes we put the shovel, sometimes we put a little hammer that I have, also some other stuff attached to it. They're not very big, so it's not like you can put a lot of stuff hanging from them, but the rack itself, as you can see, it has all the mole shapes. So it's basically a giant mole panel that you can hang stuff over it, and that's why we have like our awning and water tanks and recovery boards strapped onto them. The other question is about the bed dimensions. So I was gonna pull a measuring tape, but I know the measurements. This truck has a full 6 foot long bed by 4 feet wide. With the tailgate open, it's another 2 feet. So it's a total of 8 feet long by 4 wide. And you can use the entirety. If you have the bed empty, you can use the entire size, because it doesn't have wheel wells that are sticking inside the bed like traditional trucks that you can see the fenders, the inside of the fenders inside the bed. So you have a completely full-size pickup truck bed here on the back. The kitchen setup was the next question that we had. I already discussed that briefly, but just so you know, we basically change it depending on when we are going, where we're going to be, and how long we're going to stay there. So that's also another item that is up to you, depending on like if you're going alone with your significant other or with your entire family. So you pack accordingly. The fridge that I have is provided by EVAnnex. It's actually made for the Model Y, but since I already have it, I decided to take it with me on our travel adventures. It's only 30 liters of space inside, which is enough for the two of us for 1 week, basically. If I'm by myself, I can put enough food in there for 2 weeks. But if you prefer, you can get a different size fridge. There's many companies that sell them. I'm gonna try to see if I can leave some links or suggestions, but the one that I have is from EVAnnex, and it's made specifically for the sub-trunk of the Model Y. I have received a question that says, what excites me the most about this? Well, honestly, besides the truck being an incredible vehicle, one of the things that excites me the most of having it and setting it up for overlanding is that I can sustain myself for weeks at a time on the truck without depending on anyone else. Other than electricity that I need to charge it, just like gas cars or diesel vehicles need to go to a pump, I need to go to a charging station. Sometimes I go to free charging stations and I don't need to spend a penny on charging the truck. If I go to a destination charger, there are many places that have public chargers, but I usually use the supercharging network that Tesla provides for us. Let's see what else we have. Driving range and efficiency. Well, I started changing my Cybertruck since day one, basically. And I affected the range and the efficiency immediately. But right now, my average watt hours per mile is about 500. So if I remove all the additions that I have on the top of my Cybertruck, I can go down to like 400. And if I were to put the original tires back on that are more, they are called all-terrain tires, but they're really basically like all-season tires. They're more efficient on the road. I'll probably be doing about 350 watt hours per mile on the Cybertruck. I know this because my friend Justin, Bearded Tesla, has the original tires, and that's pretty much the efficiency that he's getting. How easy was installing the rack? So the Urander rack gets mounted on the 8 mounting points that the truck has on the sides, 4 on the driver's side and 4 on the passenger side. Those are bolt-ons. you don't have to drill anything. You just have Urander provides their own mounts, and you put those mounts where they go, and then you strap the rack onto it. It has custom nuts and bolts that you use to attach the rack, and it's a sectional rack, so you don't have to install the entire rack at once. What you do is that each section, which is about 2 or 2.5 feet long, goes independently on each mount, and then at the end, it's like a puzzle you put together, and you end up with the full rack. So it's pretty easy. I suggest that if you're gonna get one of these racks, you do the installation with at least one friend. I was able to do it by myself once, so it's not impossible, but if you have a friend to help you, even better. Let's see, solar panel setup, possible and for what? So these questions I get a lot about having solar panels in the truck. The problem is that most people ask about solar panels to charge the battery that moves us in the truck. And that is just not realistic. I have a 100-watt solar panel or 150-watt solar panel that is a flexible one, and I can use it to charge my little portable battery that I use to power my fridge. However, I don't even use that because the fridge pulls so little power. I usually recharge the portable battery with the truck itself, and the impact is basically zero. However, the rooftop tent has rails on its sides that allow me to install a bigger normal household solar panel on it. However, the use case that I would meet with it, it's almost irrational. Like, to use a solar panel on this truck right now, the way that I use it, it doesn't really make much sense. It will help me if I have a bigger portable battery that I use to power other stuff. Instead of powering my stove with the truck itself and the fridge with the truck itself, if I decided to use a portable battery, then I can charge those batteries with the solar panel, but I don't even do that right now. So I am not at this moment using solar panels on the truck. I think there's a case to be made of installing several solar panels on top of the truck and somehow storing that energy in a way that allows me to charge the truck's battery with it. But for that, you need inverters and you need other stuff, and I am not investing on that. So I'm just gonna move on to the next topic or the next questions, which is, do you take a generator for our long trips? I am proud to say that we have not even once carried a diesel or gas powered generator with us to charge the Cybertruck. There's plenty of places to charge the battery of the truck, and we are just mindful and we plan where we're going, and we don't need a generator. Even when we went to the Arctic Ocean, we didn't use a generator. So that satisfies the question of, do we use a generator in the Cybertruck? We don't. Our internet setup, what is the Wi-Fi range and the speeds? Well, with the high performance Starlink dish that I have, I get up to 100 megabit download speeds and about 30 upload. And the distance that I can connect to my Starlink is not a lot. It's not like 100 feet. Sometimes I see my Starlink from far, but it's not a reliable connection. But every time that I'm on the campsite, I always have a connection because we have a good, 30, 40 feet around the car that are covered with the Starlink connection. And if you want a Starlink, whether it's the high performance or a mini or a regular Starlink dish, I am leaving the link to purchase a Starlink dish with my referral code, so feel free to use it. Let's see what else we have. Is the tent comfortable? Yes, it's very comfortable. It's very, very comfortable. It's an air and foam mattress, so it's a self-inflating mattress that we boost up the inflation process with a little pump that we have that pumps up to 10,000 liters per minute. It's very powerful, and in about 10 seconds I have my mattress inflated. It sleeps 2 people. The 2 of us fit comfortably inside the tent, so yes, it is very comfortable. Someone was asking if Urander makes a door to close the top back of the truck so that the tunnel can remain open. And the answer right now is no. But Urander is always doing research and development, and right now they are working on a custom solution for something similar to that, so stay tuned. As soon as I have more information about that, I am going to post that here. How many miles have you driven on the Cybertruck? A question that I get a lot because we travel so much. But right now, after about 327 days of ownership since March 4th, today is January 25th, we have driven 58,000 miles and a little bit more. So we have been driving a lot, but we're having even more fun. That is the odometer reading that we have right now. So that pretty much covers all the questions that I have. I am going to list all the items that I am using and some items that I am not covering but that we tend to use during our travel adventures. So if you'd like to purchase any of those, most of the links are going to be affiliate links, so that means I get a commission and no extra cost to you. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to participate on the giveaway of this prototype rack, make sure that if you're watching on YouTube that you're a paid member. If you are on Patreon, that you're a Patreon supporter with a paid membership, which I have different tiers. Or if you're in X, it's a $3 monthly membership and it helps us make these travel adventures possible. So until the next time, thank you for watching and I hope you have a really fantastic day. Take care.